Roommate from Hell, a true story of stalking and betrayal, it only makes sense to take you back to the beginning. It was 2020, deep in the middle of lockdowns, the world still very much at the mercy of COVID-19. Despite everything, I was excited to start university. Moving to a new city felt like the beginning of something, an adventure. My mom and her boyfriend helped me move in, brought me some nice lights for my room. It all felt like a fresh start. The flat was shared, 8 people in total, 6 girls, 2 boys including me. I met the girls pretty much straight away. They were always in the kitchen, making drinks, gossiping, laughing. At first, they seemed hard to bond with, very polished and filtered, but eventually I wore them down. Lectures were online due to lockdowns, and I started to miss my mates back home. I was craving some guy time, which made it all the stranger that I hadn't seen the odd boy who supposedly lived there. There was evidence of him, food in the fridge and occasional creaks behind his closed door. Curious and a few beers deep one night, I decided to knock on his door. No answer. I made a habit of it after that, every so often knocking, joking with the girls about the ghost of flat 14B. Then, one night, I finally met him. It was late, and I was half asleep, wandering out to the kitchen for a snack in just my underwear. He was standing there in the dark, laughed awkwardly and cracked a joke about meeting half naked. The next day, I bought beers, finished my lectures, and knocked on his door again. This time, he opened it, quickly stepping out and shutting the door behind him, like he was hiding something. We went to the kitchen, but as soon as he saw some of the girls, he froze, hesitant to enter. I got the sense he was overwhelmed, so I asked them if we could have the kitchen for a bit. They agreed. We sat down and had beers together. But he barely said a word. Felt like maybe I tried too hard, so I backed off. Weeks passed, and I'd occasionally hear faint sounds from his room, but never saw him again. Until one day, he knocked on my door saying he had to go back home, and I could help myself to the food in his fridge, but it wasn't the end of the story. The next night, we got drunk with the girls, our usual routine. We joked about breaking into his room, thinking maybe we'd learn something about him or even help him. And drunk logic is not logic at all. We tried different keys and eventually found one that worked. The moment we opened the door, we were hit by a terrible smell, stale and rancid like something rotting. But then we saw the files, neatly stacked and labeled with our names on them. Each file had pages of printed photo screenshots from my social media, images I didn't even remember posting. Photos taken inside the kitchen with annotations scrawled in pen. Things I liked, things I'd said, details I'd casually shared the night we had beers. He had studied me and the girls, built psychological profiles on us. And not just that, he had hidden a camera in the kitchen, quiet and watching, recording everything. That's when we knew this was serious, not just some socially awkward guy, but something else entirely. We gathered everything and went straight to campus staff. What happened next felt like a blur, but I know the police got involved, and he was arrested for stalking. We never saw him again, but I still think about it sometimes, how close we lived, how quiet he was, how he knew so much about us, what we liked, what we feared, what we didn't say out loud.